Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 19 of the Fusewrights Union. It has been, I think, a fairly long week. For me, at least. Mercer and I have been packing, getting ready to do camping, trying to finish up work deadlines before then. Mostly failing to, but doing my best. Yeah.
I did a dumb thing and volunteered for a work project that I didn't get paid for and spent way too much time on over the weekends. That's fun.
Oh, that
no.
seems.
Oh no.
That
Always
sounds
get
like
paid.
something I would do too, where it's like, does anyone want to do this unpaid project? And it's the most interesting thing happening. So you take it because it's
You
interesting.
take it because you're bored.
It was my suggestion to do, which was even
Oh.
worse. Like,
Ooh, that's
Oh,
the best,
no.
the best one.
talk myself into just getting screwed. It's great.
Hey boss, it'd be really good if we did this thing. It's like, all right, do it.
All right, do it for no pay.
Yeah. I successfully talked one of my professors into next semester letting me make an RPG game for credit.
Yes, I heard you were trying to do that. You did it?
Nice.
Yeah, she was like, "That'd be dope. Let's talk about it." I was like, "All right." So I gotta talk to her next week.
Sweet.
What
What are
classes
your idea? Yeah, how many
Um,
D20 am I rolling? Is this like a Shadowrun 5th edition hack? Like, are
No,
we...
I think I'm gonna make it like a Forged in the Dark game, like I mentioned before. But
That's
I
really long. Just
no.
not-
I just pitched her the idea of you play Secret Service agents protecting the president, and I'm gonna use Forged in the Dark for it.
No, my point is using like a blatant dark system. It's so picky and finicky. It's a lot of work.
I think
you
that that can work. There's not really that I know of a better system for representing a team or an organization right
Yeah.
now in role-playing games.
What
There are
course
other
is that?
types, but this one is flexible.
Because for my next semester is my last semester, I need 13 units total. So instead of taking like a full 3-unit course, I could just make it a 1-unit independent study, and that you go to a professor and they'll be like, "Yeah, that's fine."
Yep.
Nice.
That's a easy way to do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait a minute. As far as like, who owns the game though? Does the university own the game?
I don't know.
Usually
Is
the
that
answer
like
to that
work
would
product?
be yes.
The university does the university own like papers and other stuff that students produce?
Yes.
Yeah, research
Really?
material. Yeah.
Especially when you're in your master's or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm in undergrad, so you know.
In that case, I would say even more so. Have fun.
Cool.
I'd be like, okay. see
Luckily,
if
you
can sell
really
this.
can't
I've made a lot of
trademark
things.
roleplay games, so just change the name of it and maybe a couple of the names for the mechanics, and then keep it the same, and you're good.
Yeah.
And then sell it. So choose 2 names and then give it to the university
them
under the
shitty
less. Yeah.
I'm gonna that name I told you on Thursday, Spence. That'll be the real name.
forgot
but I'll
what-
make
what
up
you
some
said.
shitty name.
I forgot what you said it was.
I
Some
called it.
unmarketable name.
Well, I mean, I would call it Sniper on the Knoll, a Force in the Dark game, because you're playing Secret Service member.
Oh god! All right. Yeah.
Is it too
the
soon for
opening
JFK jokes?
situation? Is the opening situation Dallas?
That you know what? That might be the test situation.
I just think
that's a
calling it
pretty
something
good
like
test
"Get Down,
situ-
Mr.
that's a
President" would
good
really
test
get.
situation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just call it
'Cause
something.
we all know what happens when you fail.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no mystery. It's what the failure state looks like in that test.
So I guess
situation.
does the campaign just end when you fail? What what would happen if
I
you
don't know.
fail?
My
Like,
idea
can you
was
lose
just-
tier as a Secret Service?
I think
Like,
you get fired and you have
You
to
get
make new
fired?
characters.
okay,
Yeah, my idea was research like things the Secret Service has had to deal with throughout their time.
yeah,
And then that could be different scenarios you can like throw players into.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it
because
would
you wouldn't have
definitely
to.
be
You'd
one.
have to throw out the normal tier system because the Secret Service is
Yeah.
obviously government funded.
Yeah. Do it like any of those like puzzle games for each scenario. So this you basically don't, when you write a scenario, you basically don't write anything that happens, but you have the map of the area with all the pieces on it when you start like a new scenario.
Okay,
So these people are trying to kill the president or the senator or whatever, but you have the map of the area that it's happening. So the mall or the parade route or something, and you put the little pawns on the map for the starting scenario, and then you start.
Are you gonna make random tables for like president assassination situations? Like, okay,
I wanna
who
do
are
that. I wanna
like a
go-
random motive scenario? Like you've got your
Random
motive,
motives.
your method, and like your suspects. What about them?
we can
Are they an
mix this with
individual?
that
Are they like
politics game
an
we talked
A
organization?
game
about.
of Clue.
Yeah, exactly. You mix it with Clue.
I think mixing with Clue is the right way to
You
do
need a
it.
clock for
Yeah.
like leading up to their attempt. So you're like, okay, you want to try and catch them before they attempt, but if the clock fills in their attempt, you still have like the actual try to stop them in the action movie, like right
Yeah,
before they
like
pull
the
the trigger
dive.
type of thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Those I'm trying to think of a P word that means menacing. Those perturbed Plumites are at it again with their
Yes.
leader, Professor Plum.
Yeah, no, that would be. I
I
would
remember.
be interested in that.
I remember just always playing Mrs. Peacock because they had a distinct advantage. She was one space closer to any room than any of the other players
Oh.
from their starting spot.
I haven't played Clue in so long, I don't remember the
I saw the
details.
movie not that long ago.
Oh, really?
That is
Which
such a
what
great
ending did you
movie.
get?
Oh, if you watch it like on a streaming service, it's all three.
Oh, they should. That
Oh.
makes sense.
There's three separate endings. Apparently, the original release they mixed up the endings for theaters.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Yeah.
That was a
Cool.
cool gimmick, honestly. For Clue, it was perfect.
Yeah. What else? I pulled a monitor out of a dumpster, so now I have two monitors.
Nice.
Nice source of acquisition.
That is great. Ingenious.
I don't know. People throw stuff away. This works fine. It's better than my monitor I paid for.
Yeah, people do throw good stuff away. Honestly. What did we get up to? I've been playing more Last of Us 2. It's way longer than I thought it was. Because what I thought was the end of the game was actually the end of the first act. It seems. I still have managed to avoid all spoilers. I think I already talked about Final Fantasy XIV last week.
I dove into the Avengers this week. It's
Oh,
a good game.
no.
I like
Is it?
it.
Oh, good. Okay. I've only been hearing bad news, but I've also not been paying attention.
It's a little finicky with. I had to switch the gamepad because the controls are finicky.
Okay.
But
What
and
game
I've
is
only
this?
done the campaign so far, the single player. I
The
haven't.
new Avengers game.
How does it work? Because there's like a different character who is Miss Marvel is actually the protagonist in the campaign.
Well,
Is it-
yeah. You start with her, and then. All right, so a thing happens. The Avengers break up. That's the beginning of the game, and then Kamala Khan.
just like a toxic relationship. They keep breaking up and getting back together.
Yeah. Kamala Khan goes around like trying to get them back together.
Okay.
We're getting the band back
And
together.
so once you're in like the home base, you select missions and you can choose which one you're going to play. The computer will AI the other members. while
Is
you're
it
out
up
on
to
the
4
mission.
people? Up to 4.
Yep.
Okay.
Is it for local?
I doubt it has split screen.
Multiplayer is online. I know that much.
This is the worst.
Split screen is
worst
rare,
reality.
honestly,
Can we
nowadays.
just go back to only couch co-op?
God, like
Honestly, the
Playing-
latest.
The
Go ahead.
resources would be bad for that. Like this is a pretty high level as far as visuals game, and running two characters at once on the same machine would probably bog it down.
yeah.
I think Master Chief Collection. I don't even know if Call of Duty, because I haven't played it in forever, has split screen still. Master Chief Collection is
think
probably the
so.
latest big AAA game with split screen.
Well,
that I
I've
know
been
of,
playing the Modern Warfare, like the newer Call of Duty,
Yeah.
and what is so infuriating is that I know other people have this problem. It's just Activision just doesn't want to fix it. It's you'll randomly get dropped, and it'll be like, "Oh, can't connect to Blizzard server. Sorry."
Wait, Blizzard?
But-
I know it's Activision Blizzard, but is it
Yeah,
called
but it's
Blizzard?
through the the Blizzard.
Oh, it
launcher.
is through the
You can
Blizzard
get it.
launcher. Okay.
Yeah. But the worst part is then I'm like, okay, I'll replay through the campaign because I keep having this problem. You can drop from the internet on the campaign and it'll kick you out of the campaign.
That's so dumb. That is Diablo 3 criticism
It's
dumb.
bad.
Which, did they fix that for
Like-
Diablo 3 at all, or has it always been the case and people just kind of gave up?
I haven't played since it was a problem, so I don't know.
I don't know either.
I have
But
yet
yeah,
to play Diablo.
You should never need to be online for single player games
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to our TED Talk.
where everyone wants to sell you stuff because that's why they keep you online. It's just so they can load up their game stores.
Oh, I
Ooh.
will say for anybody that's interested in playing the Avengers, it's a Squeenix game. There's a lot of cutscenes.
Yes.
I've been
Okay.
watching Achievement Hunter play through it, and they've gone an hour into the campaign, and I want to play it just for the campaign.
Yeah,
You may have sold me with that.
really like it's very well acted, but the fact that okay, so it doesn't follow MCU,
No, yeah,
so it's outside of that, and they got absolutely no one's likeness. So it's a little jarring when you see Nick Fury, and he's sort of a blend of Samuel L. Jackson and the one from the comics with like the gray on the sides. And
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Also,
I
I
think
was gonna
I'm
say,
over Avengers. You go first. I'll continue.
I was just gonna say I'd also want to get the game because I'm always a perpetual simp from anyone who's in Critical Role, and there's like 5
yeah,
of them in there.
yeah.
yeah, Travis and Laura do an excellent job from what I've
Yeah.
seen so far.
I mean, I like Avengers. Avengers is good, but I think in terms of hype or excitement, emotionally, I'm like, okay. Not just after Endgame, but like the fact that not a lot of
It's
Marvel
been
content
so
came out
much.
after Endgame.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Endgame was both a good finisher and also things that kind of stopped happening Marvel wise for now, and I get why. They're moving into TV show territory mostly, it seems.
No, I'm there with you. After Endgame, I was like, I can stop now. I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't need
so
to.
I'm like, all right, the rest I'll probably still see when it comes, like, not when it comes out, but I'll see eventually. I wonder if the
always watch
Runaways probably.
superhero movies.
I
don't
doubt the
need
Runaways
like a
killed
good
for me. It was
reason. I'll
entirely
just watch
unrelated.
them.
Same.
I don't care enough. I'm not hype about them anymore. Like especially for like Marvel movies. But like, yeah, I'll watch the new Black Panther movie when it comes out, or the Love and Thunder when it comes out. I'll go.
Oh, the new
I'll be
Black Panther
invested.
movie is going to be heartbreaking.
That's gonna be hard.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, I hope they do it well. Is all.
Mhm.
Yeah, because that's going to be easy to screw up and do poorly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And the thing is, they'd be shooting. Even if things didn't happen, they would have been trying to top themselves before because that movie went past
Phenomenally.
any
That movie was really
expectation.
good.
Yeah,
They did
that
a good
movie was
job.
Yeah.
great.
They just didn't
We
get
actually
enough.
plan to rewatch it soon because I think Marissa only saw it in theaters.
That is the only movie I went to see by myself in theaters because this was in the before times when we had like the movie
Theaters?
pass thing. Where we
Ah,
had theaters and movie pass was a thing. So I went after school one day and just went and saw it in the theater with movie pass.
I've done that a few times. I've always enjoyed going to the theater alone if it was a good movie.
Before you watch that movie again, check out Matt Colville's sort of dissertation on Black Panther, and he talks a lot about like where power comes from and how well written that movie was as far as that goes.
Like world building
Like,
or
well, that
power in
world
what
building,
way?
like where T'Challa's power comes from as a king.
Okay,
Like
so
there's
political power.
there's a lot of like nuance in the background that you don't notice, but he does a good job of pointing it out. And I was like, holy crap, this is a way better movie than I thought. And I already thought it was pretty good. So
I'm good
What
with
was
that.
the name of the essay again?
Matt Colville, he's a
just
popular.
check
Here,
out Matt Colville, Black
Essay is
Panther.
a strong term here.
I looked it up. I got the link. I'll put it
Yeah.
in our chat.
Excellent.
Beautiful. Thank you.
It's really good. He does a good job of analyzing all that.
Yeah, I've been meaning to rewatch it.
I didn't know
once
he
it-
did
'cause
film
like
analysis.
You, I only saw it in theaters. Like I'm pretty sure I saw it twice in theaters, but I haven't seen it since then.
I've
Yeah.
bought it.
I think
just
I'd
for other people,
prefer
but-
some like there's of course the classic. Should they rewrite it if the Black Panther 2 is meant to continue to set up T'Challa as a big thing? Should they rewrite it? And
They're
would-
not retconning anything. They're
I was
not
going to say
changing
I don't
the
think they should.
Mhm.
They announced to squash that. I'm pretty sure one of there's a lead from the first one that's getting bumped to the lead in the new one.
Yeah,
Way they're doing it.
the rumor is they're going the Shuri route
Which is the best possible
to
route, I
become Black
think.
Panther, but that happened in the comics in like the early 2000s, I think. So
Okay.
Yeah.
it's not a hard storyline to pick the threads up with.
No.
Yeah.
They just would need to, at the beginning of Black Panther 3, just, like, what happened in universe to T'Challa without dwelling too much on it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the line was, and this might be totally false, that that T'Challa's going to die off screen, like before Black Panther 2 picks up.
Before Black
And-
Panther 3, you mean?
No, 2.
2.
Okay. I thought 2 was already filmed, and they were gonna...
No, I don't
No.
think they filmed it.
Oh, okay. I
There's
was
been a
under the...
pandemic.
No, Bozeman was stage 4 during Endgame. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
he couldn't have filmed it.
Okay, sorry. I thought they had already filmed 2.
No, they had like started work on it, like pre-production stuff.
Actor stuff, it
But they
wasn't... They hadn't. Okay.
But then pandemic happened, and
Mhm.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had one more thing. I have my 2 books that I put to Drive Through RPG for the pre-media stuff now. So
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
sometime soonish, I should be able to get proofs and whatnot.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Sweet.
Cool.
I've been continuing to get Breadwinner Art completed, so I'm actually printed out a version of it yesterday, and obviously
How
not
much
all. The...
ink does your printer have left?
Oh, we didn't use our printer. We went to Staples.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
We
No, it
don't
was
have enough
cardstock.
printing to have a printer.
Printed out in cardstock. My printer doesn't work, and I don't. It's so old. I don't think there is a replacement part that I can get for it.
I'm pretty sure I have like 2 separate printers, and I want to buy like 5 more. But I want like large format ones, and I want ones that can do higher quality medium format. There's like a bunch of printers I want, and none of them are less than $500, so it's not even worth. Like, I don't have a real use for them. I just want them. I just want better printers.
Fair. So no, it's good. Continuing to get that working on, and hopefully I will really start selling it eventually. Just need to wait on the art.
Has people been downloading the
Chasing Adventure?
tabletop simulator one? Didn't you put it on?
Let me
Tabletop
check. I
Simulator?
did.
Oh,
Did you get like feedback from that?
Let me open Steam and check. Because it doesn't tell me. It doesn't give me notifications.
No, it doesn't do enough. You don't get like a dashboard.
No, I have to like manually go to it. At least
Oh.
from what I saw. Come on, Steam. All right.
Finished off Crying Sons this week. It was a good,
mm.
satisfying ending, and I'd still recommend it, though it didn't have the, oh wow, I want to replay this now a whole bunch more times in order to get everything else out of it, which was kind of disappointing, but still,
Okay.
How many horses died?
0 horses in the spaceship game.
That's
How many
lame.
spaceship horses
That's
died?
real
No.
lame. Why-
There were no more horses to die in Last of Us 2. There was 2 boats that died and a car that died, but no horses.
No, not the car.
Not the
And
car.
we killed off Bazo.
That's a lot of horse.
Oh, right, we killed Bazo. We had a basil plant named Bazo Baz, and because we're going away and couldn't water it for 10 days, we harvested it fully. So-
I forgot. I forgot you named our tree in our 5e campaign Bazo after your plant.
Yep. Also, on our Friday 5e game, my character cast Awaken on a tree to have an ally. And it's a very polite tree.
Is the tree? Does that,
Um,
in 5e, does that mean you have a tree forever?
Yes,
it's
but-
charmed by you for 30 days, and then after those 30 days, it'll either be hostile or friendly to you, depending how you treated it during those 30
Oh.
days.
Yes. And
That's
so
a-
far, the only thing that's happened to it really is that someone climbed it after asking for consent. They climbed the tree.
Hmm.
So,
And
so
you
far,
can
so
cast
good.
that spell how many times a day?
It's a 7th level spell, so like once
Once a day for 20th level people. Actually, if you use your 8th and 9th level spells, 3 times per day to have an
Okay,
army.
3
So
times a day,
30 days, 90 tree allies.
90 trees a month can be produced.
At minimum, because if you treat them well, they'll stay friends with you.
Yeah, 90 trees. Then you can build an Ent army real fast. That's like 4 months, and you have an unstoppable army of trees.
They're
Well,
like
Thanks for giving me
One
ideas.
fire.
one fire, they're done.
That's true.
One is the evil druid who has an army who awakens the forest.
I mean, don't give me ideas.
No,
Because
there's
one of
already an
Jordan's
evil druid in
enemies
that game.
has an evil druid.
I'm not in this game. That doesn't. hurt
Sure,
me.
okay.
Don't give him ideas.
It's a druid of ash because they come from an already an eternal forest fire forest because of lore and reasons.
That's magic.
Because magic's crap happened to them because the Empire invaded them and just gave up and said, all right, we're just going to magic nuke you, and then set their forest on eternal fire. Tyranny style.
In my home game, the group is about to go through a large forest, so thanks, Indigo.
Yeah. No, the Awakened tree is actually not as tough as the PCs because the PCs are 20th level. But it's still helpful. Unfortunately, I had to tell them, because it's now technically a creature, the tree no longer grants cover against range attacks. Which is great.
As slight side note, I just looked up Breadwinner on the workshop, and it goes Breadwinner by you, and then something else called Going Awry.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
Hold on. Also, yes, so my game currently has 39 unique visitors, 24 current subscribers, and someone has favorited it, and I don't think it was me unless it auto-favorites me. No, I can still favorite it. I'll favorite mine. Sure, I'll do it now.
That's good. That's I don't know.
It'll be much better once I'm not using. Once I upgrade it to new art. Once we saw the art printed out, it really does look like.
It does.
It looks like an official, like, real game, which is weird.
I'm a real game.
I'm like, oh, if this was printed on like something an actual playing card would be printed on, because it's still regular cardstock. I'd be like, okay, I would not think about this more than just it's a card from a game.
Well, cardstock is a better quality paper than most like game cards.
Yes, but it is rougher.
Most game cards are like laminated sheets and not like
true
a solid piece of paper like cardstock is.
Yeah.
So the printing quality is lower on cardstock, but the actual card is better.
You're correct. And I was thinking printing quality was more important for me in this case. Because, of course, I want to portray the art well.
Yeah. I mean, if you're paying all that money for art, you might as well have cards that don't wreck the art.
Exactly.
Speaking of wrecking.
Wrecking? I think that's a Miley Cyrus song.
That's Wrecking Ball.
Okay.
Yes. Well, you should play Hades again. It's out. Anyways, we've been playing Blades in the... We will be playing Blades in the Dark now. That's what we're here for. That's what the Fusewrights Union is about.
We could just totally stop and play something else, too.
All right, everyone, get your Overcooked on.
Yeah, so we grab my Switch.
Oh, this is going to be a bad night. We're all going to hate each other in about 20 minutes.
I think you're overestimating how bad you could get in Overcooked. I'd say 5 minutes.
Overcooked is
Also, I feel like now I need to tell
Beautiful
you I'm actually
game.
really bad at video games that require moving on the screen.
Isn't
I'm
that
bad at, like, games that are
most?
just,
Like,
oh,
it's not all,
you
for
put
sure.
me in-
Isn't that most
I
video
tried
games
playing that
nowadays?
with my wife, and she's a chef, so she had PTSD from the first level.
That's great. Marissa and I played it before we got married, and we beat both campaigns.
That was actually probably one of the first games we played together.
I think so. Yeah. No, Overcooked 1 didn't have on... Oh, yeah, no, we used Parsec to play online when we shouldn't
learned
be able
that
to
when
play
we get
online.
stressed, we talk more slowly and quietly.
Yes.
Me and my girlfriend just go, throw the fish! No, you catch the fish! Why aren't you catching the fish? Why are there plates in the...
And I was like, all right, you have
It's
3
just-
orders of fish. I threw 3 fish at you. Pick it up. You're on the ground, doesn't matter. Food doesn't get dirty in this world.
Is that really how Overcooked works? You just throw fish?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Throw it
That's
on
the closest
floor
thing.
So the other person can pick it up.
If what I'm thinking of is the game where the kitchen is split over the course of 2 moving trucks, and so you have to throw food between the 2 trucks, and occasionally they'll come together, but then they'll split apart again.
Actually, for me, the trauma one was the ice flow.
There were 2
The
ice
amount of
levels
time
that
I
were
spent falling off
nightmares.
those stupid
Ugh.
ice.
Yeah, there's the one with the frog, basically like the river of with the ice platforms. That was my nightmare. That was the one I'm just like, I keep dying. I just keep dying, and I don't understand why.
Yep.
Anyhow.
Blades in the
Anyhow.
dark.
Blades in the Dark.
Yes.
Speaking of dying and not
What
knowing
were-
how.
What were we doing? Where did we leave off?
You guys last
we're still
time
doing down.
had successfully robbed a train with the vultures' help.
Yes, we're so
Then,
cool.
as soon as you got home, you found out everything's on fire while you were gone. So, Satara was waiting to say hi to Adric with her claws, and you managed to kill her.
Yeah, demon fight.
Demon fight, and you managed to kill a demon, though I will say that she was already very weakened from battle previously, with what she mentioned were inquisitors, which you guys have not looked into at this point. You brought her body to Skurlock, who said effectively he will resurrect her, and then she will be in his debt, as to and their bond allows this. And yeah, he did mention not so much let slip, but he specifically mentioned after probing you guys for a bit that he has an idea, ambition to assassinate the Lord Governor, and he would like your help with that. So he'll let you know in the future. Also, the army has marched on Char Hollow and is taking it back. They are my first roll on their clock is on the GM side of things was a crit, so they're immediately halfway down their clock and are just doing real well with. They've probably marched in a whole lot of troops. There was an attempted Heartcom attack, laid in a trap by Skurlock not Skurlock Manor, Strangford Manor, which was, yeah. While it was being stormed by revolutionaries, luckily everyone who was hit, you guys, effectively went to all of them and found a way to keep them all safe, the same way that Zaid was kept safe as the lone survivor, magically bound to cats with maybe cat powers. Maybe we'll just have a bunch of everyone is going to experiencing the movie Catwoman.
Cat power gang.
Remember to spay and neuter your refugees.
No.
Oh, no.
No, thank you.
Nope.
I have a humble request for the new name of the gang. Instead of the morning shift, could they be the meowing shift?
Yes, but get out.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. So I think that's mostly everything. It's a summary of last session. It's been a lot of things happening. You guys are mid downtime. Who still has actions? I think we wrote this down.
I think some of us also want to spend coin to do actions.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think I have any
We
other
did not
really
write it down.
actions left.
I wrote down.
You guys, you just get a lot of coin. You got a lot of coin
Who
last
did
score.
downtime actions? Did I do a downtime action?
There was a lot of healing
2
done.
was
You did
recorded.
I did
I
my
did
2.
one.
Grind did 2 plus the floater. Adric did 2.
2,
And Hicks
yep.
did 1.
Okay, so Hicks, you still have an action left.
I'm noticing I have a lot of stress.
Yes, go have a party.
Go out drinking. Is it still drinking?
Yes. Because it hasn't been a problem yet, so
Nope.
it's drinking.
Okay. Are you going back to that
I'm-
brothel where you drink at for cheap alcohol?
Yes, that is my vice den. The red lamp where I get it's the brothel where I get drunk.
Perfect.
You just go get drunk and don't sleep with anyone.
Well, I don't pay to sleep with anyone.
Yeah, you don't. You just are there for the bar. Yep. I think by now people know to leave you alone and they don't technically want to kick you out, but if you end up overindulging, they might kick you out. Like, hey buddy, this is for like customers, real customers. But right now you're
buying
fine.
the drinks.
Yeah. All right. Let's start with the first roll.
Indulge vice.
Indulge
Bonus
vice.
is- That's a 5.
Nice.
Nice.
Down to 3 stress. Okay. Who has something they'd like to do next? Because we mentioned spending coins for actions.
I do.
What would you like to do, Zaid?
I would like to pull 2 from my stash.
Okay.
Gonna
In
be
order-
poor forever.
in order to make a roll of find mercy in a vulnerable position.
Okay. So, What are you? How are you trying to do this?
I'm
Right now-
tracking her down.
Okay. So previously, you had tailed her, I believe, from the governor's palace and on her usual route. I think you've done all you can through. Well, no, that's up to you. You can still use the same action. I think I'll just ask you to keep like describing in what different way does this work. Like, are
Okay.
you continuing to track her, or are you like following her more closely, or finding the following up and making sure that there are a few times that she doesn't slip your tail or something like that, slip your trail?
Yeah, I think it's sort of doing the same thing, but instead of if she's doing the same route over and over, then I'm going, okay, what is a good sniper position to set up in? Like looking more at applying her pattern to the topography, for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
around.
Okay. Well, I'll give you a few places. You'll also pick up. Let's roll first, actually. And then if that goes well, I'll tell you also a few places that she tends to regularly go to. Most of her route actually is probably like not standard, but
Yeah.
definitely would be
I-
standard for some.
I assume hunt because it is gather information about a target's location and movements.
Yep.
Alrighty. Position and effect don't matter because it's a downtime action, right?
Yes.
All right. Any devil's bargains? I'm willing to hear them.
One of the places she visits, not her, but one of the places she visits, notices someone is following her.
I'll take that.
All right.
Oh, just a 5. What is
Two
that?
ticks.
Two
Oh, this is a
dots?
downtime
Two
action.
dots.
Okay.
It's a
Okay, I
downtime
was
action,
used
so
to-
there's no
Oh,
risk.
phew.
It's just,
I'm
yeah,
so used to it all being bad.
So it's just 2 dots
2 dots.
or 2. Okay.
2 ticks on the clock.
Because
so-
Marissa and I have talked.
Yes.
I kind of want this clock to fill
First.
before Marissa comes to me.
Okay, well, let me give you a bit of information. You'll go with this. She semi, like, not that regularly, very much not every day, but like once a week or so. She visits the. Let's see what we've got here. Mostly, she stays in the palace. Once or twice, she actually has visited the Scotland consulate. And also a few times you've seen her visit the in the dead of night. Where is it? The Ink Rakes printing house.
Interesting.
Yes. Anything else where she visit right now? She's taken a couple trips into Char Hollow, but not always the same area.
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, what you see. I think that when, like, obviously she isn't spending all of her time doing meetings. I don't think you'll be able to follow her if she's doing anything particularly dangerous just through a downtime action.
Yeah.
I think that she just, you would put yourself at risk of exposing yourself to her if you follow her when she tries to do anything untowards, any assassinations or similar. So
Okay.
she does still sometimes slip away from you in the district, but if you wait by like the bridges and things like that, she
I can, like,
after a
pick her up
while
again.
you pick her up again.
Okay. If that's the man. If that's the case, do I sell my shitty little hut to do it again?
You are obsessed to the point of literal poverty for no. You're just obsessing your character into poverty.
You could
Listen,
beg if you want to. You could beg someone else to give you the coin.
does anyone have? Please, sir, may I have a coin?
Yes, I am offering
Yay!
the Phoenix a personal loan just so he stops selling off like his clothes in the silverware.
Yeah.
Take the money.
It's like, no, I didn't.
Don't sell your mattress.
It's like selling the communal microwave that no one remembered was his specifically.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna give you a coin. Stop selling your clothes.
All I have
are
left
truly
is
a
the
friend of the
mask. I don't
revolution.
even have the rest of my costume anymore.
It's just
All
a
I am is the
bandana.
mask.
Surprised you haven't sold your gun.
All right.
I think this time, I still want to use hunt, but what I'm doing is I'm setting up sniper nests in those places where I could get her.
Okay.
Right.
So you're like you're already on the lookout where you think she might go, and
Yeah.
watching her from a good. Okay, that's smart. The nest is smart without putting yourself at risk. Okay.
Alrighty.
Is anyone helping you or coming with you? Or you're doing this entirely alone? Like, you just effectively disappear for days at a time and not tell
Can I
anyone
call
where
my
you are?
friend?
What friend? Yeah.
Velrus?
Who's Valrus again?
He's the spy that I saved his life.
Right. Yeah.
He's now positive.
He is now positive because you saved his life by gifting him a cat.
Yeah, he now has a cat.
Yeah. No, he'll totally come with you.
Yes.
Do you tell him anything about this? Do you tell him who this woman is?
Only what he needs to know.
Okay, like she's a dangerous woman.
She's dangerous, and she's been messing with my friends. That's all he needs to know.
All right. Yeah, he's still in. He's still like, all right. Yeah. No, I owe you.
Dope.
So maybe you guys are holed up on like either you're taking shifts in. Are you taking shifts in the same like stakeout sniper's nest, or are you on separate nests and you convene later to share information?
I would think separate nests have two eyes in two different places.
All right. Cool.
So that's a bonus die, right?
That is a bonus die.
Let's
Nice. I was about to ask for devil's bargain, but you're good. So
That's
three
three,
ticks.
right?
Yes.
So many
That
dice.
fills the clock.
Excellent.
So, could I mix this with what Marissa wants to do? Would that work?
What? No. Now I might tell you, give you that right now if you want. Not that you have it only right now, but like I might give you information that will make her vulnerable. What is specifically the label of the clock again?
Find Mercy in a vulnerable position.
Okay, cool. Then yes, we can move this forward.
Dope.
I guess you know this out of character about Adric's planned activities. In character, does Zaid suspect? Because we saw Zaid before once, was like looking onwards, I think, from a sniper position and did nothing. So
yeah, I think maybe part of this is I'm setting up different sniper nests and then slowly realizing like the only time she's truly vulnerable is when she feels like she's in a position of power, which is probably when she's with Adric.
That's true. What you also know is that there is no true vulnerability with her, but when someone like Adric or another person can effectively distract her, where all her defenses are up against that individual, and so if she's distracted by talking to Adric, she might not notice you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the plan. So we come to each other going like, hey.
We need to talk about Mercy, is the simultaneous line.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. And yeah, in character again, I'm also looking to get rid of some stress, so I'd like to, go talk to Mercy. But, I want to invite Zaid in on this because Well, basically, she's not holding up her end of the deal, so I don't see why I should hold up my end of not telling anybody.
Zaid,
It's fair.
did you say anything to this?
Oh, wow.
Are you looking to or are you looking to like just back up? What are you looking for? Because I could do the if you want, and then if you need a more how about this? We could switch your outlet from working for the man to working for the people. I find targets for you, and I send you at them.
I don't know if that's a good. That idea sounds fine, but I want to get as much as we can out of this situation before it goes south.
Hmm. So you're
Mercy
looking
has some things that we can get from her.
Are
I
you looking
want
for
backup. I want to make sure that whatever happens, I'm going to be covered.
Are you looking for a bag and tag, like take her back to base and interrogate her?
Something tells me she won't let us do that.
I'm a good shot. I could take her knees.
Preferably, if she gets out of this still standing, we can still do something with that. She has a position of power. We can get something out of her. But if things don't go that way, that's fine.
So we're looking for bag and tag first. Worst case, we take her out. Is that am I picking up what you're laying down, as the kids say?
As the kids say.
You're so uncool, Zaid. You don't even know it.
Fucking square.
Batman isn't cool anymore. Superman's cool now.
Listen, this is Bruce Wayne talking, okay? He's not nearly as cool as Batman.
You're not in your gap. I don't even know what to... I am actually minorly unclear as to what you mean by bag and tag, but
So try and
sure.
capture her to get information out of her, but if she's gonna get away, just end her.
Okay. Adric himself isn't even wanting to capture her. My intention is to basically have backup if things go south. But I'm still looking to do a job from her. I just want to make sure that I don't get stabbed this time or, betrayed in some other way, because she doesn't seem to be very good at holding up her end.
Okay.
That's at least the mindset that Adric's going into this with.
Okay.
If the Phoenix is going in with another mindset, we'll see how annoyed Adric is at that.
Mm-hmm.
He's not exactly enthused with Mercy at the moment.
Yeah. So let's set up like a hand sign that is like, things are going poorly, shoot her. Because I don't want the signal to be you getting stabbed.
How about me stabbing her?
If we could coordinate stab and shoot, that would be better than me having to react. Let's be proactive.
Fine. Some sort of signal. I don't quite know what, but yeah.
Well, we make up a hand signal that is not too obvious. We're both smart people.
I think we can make this work.
Yeah. I'm in.
Okay.
So I'll probably inform Zaid that I usually meet Mercy on the bridge, because that's where she continually meets me. I'm assuming that instead we should possibly be meeting her at one of the places where you have a sniper's nest.
I think some of my sniper's nests are at bridges.
Yeah, that does make sense.
But this is the bridge
this would not be
into
this is the bridge into White Crown. I don't think you have a sniper's nest there. It's actually like I think it's the longest bridge in Duskwall.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
Oh. If you could get her to another bridge, that might work, but also if I have enough time to set up a sniper's nest
Just keep her
for
talking for
this
a bit.
bridge. Yeah.
Okay.
If you let me know about the different snipers' nests, like, we could just talk to her in one of those places, as she won't be expecting it, but there's no... That's probably good for our purposes.
Yeah. Yeah. Zayd will let you know I have a couple of nests throughout the city just in case I need something. And that's not one of them, but here's the map of nests that I have.
In which case,
They're
where
just
do we
tall
do this?
buildings. It's the same map of tall, unoccupied buildings. It's not like you have to build anything. You just walk into a building and hit a window.
Well, I'm trying to get this to go off when I try.
You're trying to hide in a prepared position.
Yeah.
I understand. Just buildings you've previously been to.
Yep.
Like they might have like a sandbag and like a thing of water in case I need to stay
Yeah,
there for a
there's
long
a water
time.
bucket. You left some water bottles and like a stool.
It's water bottles, a stool, and a perch for my bird. Like,
Yep.
that's it.
Piece of wood nailed into the wall.
Mhm.
So where are the places that they'd been? Inkrakes, Char Hollow?
Inkrakes, Char Hollow, and the Scotland Consulate, which is in Charter Hall.
Consulate? They don't like us already.
We
Where's
could
the
do
consulate?
consulate
It's in Charter
somewhere
Hall.
in Charter Hall.
All the consulates are in Charter Hall. Probably not far from each other either.
Mhm. Where are the ink rakes again?
I think they're the docks, aren't they?
I think they're the docks too. Yeah.
I think I'd prefer the docks area because Charter Hall has a lot, like the consulates would have more blue coat protection than the docks would, I think.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
security and safety in Charter Hall is 4 pips.
Yeah.
So
Ah. Yeah, that
If
could
we
be a
do-
problem.
Yeah,
The
it's
docks is a lot more neutral.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Just
it's
trying
not
to
far
see
from when you normally meet her anyway.
Yeah, more of a serendipitous thing. The
Mhm.
docks. Anything interesting about starting a job there? Well, this isn't a job, but
there's actually no special thing for the docks.
what?
Nope, it's
Yeah,
one of those
no.
places.
Dang.
All right.
I think that Indusqual is a thing in and of itself, that there's nothing special about it.
It's just the docks.
Well,
I think it's
operations
because
against
it's
the
just like
ships are hostile, but
not enough control is exerted there that any particular thing could happen, right? Like everybody works out of there.
Yeah.
So, Adric, right now, the only way I think you have to contact Mercy is to wait on the bridge. So, would you then want to like lead her towards the docks? It's not actually that far.
no, I think our plan of action would be basically skulking around until she shows up normally,
And then
and then basically confront her there.
Okay, that makes sense. Then I think this will be survey. I think you'll be surveying to see her before she sees you. If I'm not mistaken. This is free play. This part.
How many pips in survey do you have?
Not
It's your choice
one.
if there's something else that you feel fits better. The thing about
I have
Prowl is
one.
it's just not to be seen, but it seems like you specifically want to see her first. I feel
Can we
survey
argue
fits
for
better.
hunt on that? Gather
That
information
could
about
work.
its location, its movements?
You did hunt. You know she'll
What?
be here.
I
Now
know
it's
she'll
about
be here.
about spotting her when she does get here, and being in the right position. You can do hunt; it'll have less effect though.
Do you want a teamwork hunt?
That might still be worthwhile for the more pips.
Okay.
I do have a -1 or less effect to everything right now.
I will lead it. You are good.
Okay. So, yeah, I think that, and as Zen said in chat, the ink rates don't have a specific place listed. Let me check real quick if my faction notes, because I don't think they're detailed. I might have detailed the ink breaks, but I might not have because they weren't. No. But yeah, I think they have a printing house in the docks. That's one of their places.
That might be the closest place to where she lives, so that's just where she goes.
Quite possibly. And
There we go. Ink Lane. Under the docks, twisting back Alley Street is home to tattooists as well as the newspapers.
there it is. Okay, so they are in the docks. And a bunch of tattoo parlors. So that's the other thing around here.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Sailors and their tattoos.
Okay, so Hunt, you'll have limited effect.
Mm-hmm.
Atric would have 0 effect because of the.
What's the position?
Your position here will be risky.
Okay. Now, would Scout boost my effect from limited to standard because I am gathering information to locate a target?
Right now, you have done that. Now you're just waiting for her. Well, I guess you are trying to locate her, specifically see her before.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gathering info. I think I'm going to go with no, but I think the +1 die from after that does come into effect here. Because you're in a sniper nest, and part of this is you want to see her before she sees you kind of thing, and +1 died to rolls to avoid detection. It's part of that.
If we push it to desperate, I'll get another die.
So I guess I will ask what desperate looks like. Like, I guess this is more, it becomes increasingly suspicious when you just happen to show up here. Or something like that, Atric?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, the fact that I've been hanging around here so often and not
Oh, hey,
camouflaging
Mercy!
terribly well.
I didn't expect to run into you here.
Why isn't it weird that we run into each other on this bridge?
I've been meaning to talk to you. Just turn this way, please.
Can you look at me from the east so I'm facing the west? That way you are lined. I mean, we're against the wind.
Yes. So if Atric, you're just like, I guess desperate would be Atric is effectively bait for her to at least, again, as you already know, her defenses are down against you, Zaid, when her defenses are up against Adric. So you're actually trying to make her slightly more suspicious of Adric in order to be less suspicious of a sniper.
True. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's, I think, how it would be desperate.
For this plan.
Cool. As a heads up, most of the consequences, if they go badly, will go onto Adric, primarily. We'll see how it goes.
I'm already kind of trusting Zaid to get me through this roll with my singular, Pip and Hunt and absolutely nothing.
Trust me, I'd be rolling 6 dice, and I hope that works.
Okay.
So, desperate goes from limited to standard.
And I go desperate limited, so I happen to get a 6.
You happen to get a 6, it will be helpful. We'll see how it goes.
Let's roll your die first, because I want to see.
The 1 die? Okay. Is it 1?
Yep, it's 1.
Oh!
Hey! Oh, damn it.
Wow!
So the 6 works.
The 6 manages to work, and I think it's, I think in this case you avoid negative consequences, but it's just not as effective. So, in this case, Mercy... Oh. I think Mercy sees Adric. I think you basically, yeah. Mercy sees Adric and calls him over to her from a position that makes shooting more difficult for Zaid. It's not clear if she knows Zaid's there or not, but she's standing. She's like leaning against an alley, like casually, but it's just in a position that's difficult for Zaid to see. And she says to you, Adric, "There you are. How long have you been standing there? Come here. I have a job for you."
I think we have some other things to talk about first.
You walk over. She's like leaning against the wall at the entrance to like a, I was gonna say dark alley. Every alley and street is dark in Duskwall.
This is
So
Duskwall.
a ordinarily dark alley.
And no, I don't think I do walk over. I'm going to stand planted and basically,
You're like 20
shoot
feet away from
here
her.
or
So
Yeah, just shout in a public bridge.
yeah, right now you guys are just in the street in the docks. So she looks at you, expecting you to come over. Gonna bite? Come on, it's about what we talked about before.
fine, I'll cross on over and you double-crossed me. I don't know what nearly wiping out the Skav refugees is, but I'll tell you it wasn't good press. So we're going to make a new deal.
You certainly have an interesting interpretation of events. I have a job for you about making sure this new press works. I said I'd do what I can, and I have been.
Isn't it a little bit late for that?
You want good press. First, we need to make sure the press actually, listens to us. Because they haven't been. We'll
You
pay
say
you.
that you've actually been trying in any way?
Pressuring. It's an art. Thing about threats like these is you can't, especially against the news, you can't just, murder someone, or you'll no longer have leverage over them.
You're the government. Give them a story and tell them to print it.
Most of them will. Except, right now, one. There's a woman. You are to go plant a knife on her pillow. Make it known that we can kill her. But we don't want to. But we will if we have to. If she doesn't do what we say. The thing about these reporters is they're spirited. They like their independence. They like their supposed unbiased writing. A lie, of course, but one this one believes in. You'll get paid like any other job. This isn't a favor. This isn't anything else. This is us doing what you want.
I'm getting suspicious that you're calling me in to do your end of the bargain.
You can make sure it gets done right, and you get paid. It's not for free. It's a job.
I want a letter of marque. I want an acknowledgement that anything I do is on your say-so.
Anything you do, Adric. I know the things you do. They're like the things that I like to do. I can... How would I put this? I could give you this, but what would it accomplish?
My benefit before was the fact that anything that I did couldn't be traced back to you. That whatever I did fell on my own head or on that of my friends.
And whatever
But
I
you
do could go
have-
back to the governor, and whatever she does could go back to the emperor. We all have our masters. Does that absolve us some personal responsibility?
Yours are a little more able to bear it.
I will write up a document stating exactly what you were ordered to do. Precisely. I will write it up first, and will give it to you after it's done.
Not
not
much
like-
to go on. Should it go sour in the middle?
A document won't protect you anyways. Think the bluecoats care? Think even the other soldiers care.
I think that you could make them.
I'm not going to be there.
For some reason, I have trouble believing that, considering you've been there every other time.
Adric, I'm a busy woman. I have, especially during this time, with everything going on, other appointments that I need to make. Now that you're here, I was hoping you could take care of one for me. I thought you would first want to take care of the one that you really wanted to make sure was done. If not, I can give you something else. Then I'll take care of it.
Oh, drat it. My answer to that is yes, because this feels like a setup. But I don't want to make you have to replan something frantic.
Oh, I have several as a don't worry.
In which case, yeah. This is your job. This is what you are supposed to do. You finish it yourself. What else do you have?
Magistrate, Roland Watt. Known for being dirty and having some unnecessary bias in this whole situation. Someone has him in their pocket. Out of character, yes, it's you.
That's one of our contacts.
Yeah, I mean, everyone that you've killed so far has been someone that could help us out. So thanks for that.
And,
It's almost as if they're setting you up.
And she says, we've given him enough chances. We've given him warnings. And his time has come. We'll likely have bodyguards. If you're interested, I'll give you his address.
And a letter.
Before she says, as I said, I'll write it first. I'll give it to you after. Therefore, you can plant it, or, use it against me.
Now, why would I ever do anything like that?
Oh, you're
Zooms
funny.
out to the sniper.
Yeah. She says, oh, you're funny, Atric. No, I know how this is.
Actually, I think that is a decent time to actually signal. We'll see what happens from there.
You're signaling for me to shoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pew pew pew!
I don't really know what's going to happen, but something is.
What does it look
I'm-
like when you signal to shoot? Because she might notice if you start making hand signals.
I'm going to assume that it's something that we figured out that was going to be pretty subtle. Do we really
It
need
could
to
be
make up whatever it's going to be?
Not specifically, but just like it is something quite subtle. Then
Yeah.
I think if I would ask for a setup action into the hunt, how do you feel about that? It would put you at risk for doing the hand things, but if it succeeds, it means she would be even more.
Could we have it do something to do with the tune? As that's something we actually both have
Ooh.
the
Oh,
ability
okay,
to
that's
deal with.
smart. Actually, that's
You
very
attune
smart.
and like I read your aura or something from distance.
Yeah, the aura has changed color from like verdant green to pink.
Well, easy enough if like a normal attune action is like suppressing an aura.
Yeah.
Just turning it back on, like it doesn't need to be complicated. Now you can be sensed.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
That's true. No, that makes sense. Set up with attune is
And
very
does
smart.
it need to be a setup in that case? Or was that something she would even be able to pick up on normally?
she has the attune skill, same as you, though.
Every person can technically attune in Duskwall. I would say it is controlled setup. It's smart enough that it would not be very risky, but there might be something in her like subconscious that also realizes something is off about it.
Yeah. Like her
Fair
hairs on the back of her neck stand up for some reason.
Okay.
Harrison
So
Ford
controlled,
in the background.
and then
Got a bad
effect
feeling about this.
doesn't matter, so let's see what goes.
Yep. Back to setup. Okay.
Okay.
Nice. So that I can use that for die or effect.
Yeah, I think Zaid, you see the like thing is signaling to you supernaturally. But Atric is now in a risky position, as I think you spot
Don't do
someone else alongside Mercy
it.
hiding.
Don't do it.
Steiner
God
has set up. Steiner is he wasn't like there waiting already or anything like that, but in the time that they were talking, and you realize this now as you were looking, double check everything around. Steiner set up on another building, pointing
So he's
at
not
Adric.
next to her.
He's not next
He's
to her.
above.
It's just they have their own. They now like not the response to your sniper's thing, but they've created their own situation just like you have. Only this one's pointed at Adric. They don't seem to be aware of yours, though you were aware of your sniper. Who do you shoot?
Or do you?
That's true. They also haven't pulled the trigger.
So with this, could I pop both of them?
They're in two different locations. I don't think you could. If they were close together, yes. But you'd have to full on like. Are you? Yeah, you basically have to completely change where you're aiming and get into target.
Damn.
Another option is again,
I
don't
guess.
shoot.
Yeah.
Wait
Do you
until
just
it's
hesitate when
completely-
you notice this, Sade?
Well, because I'm battling between the two traumas of reckless and haunted. Because the
Okay,
reckless
so it's
thing to do would be to shoot Mercy, but then that's gonna be like, oh shit, what
that
happens if Adric
XP.
gets shot?
Get that XP.
I think he would shoot Mercy because last time he went toe to toe with Steiner, he won. And I think Steiner's gonna be looking for the other sniper. He's not gonna be worried about
Once Mercy gets shot, he'll stop.
once Mercy gets shot, he'll be looking for me and not Adric.
Okay.
I think that's like the slowed down version of what he's thinking in his head, but the rationalization is mechanics wise, he's being reckless in this sense.
Yeah. Okay. So you shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or he'll
So
go green.
you have a setup action that you can then take advantage of. So by default, this will be, I would call it risky.
Okay.
Right now because of Steiner's presence. He might shoot you. And your effect here by default will be standard before anything else.
Cool.
Now I'm going to start some clocks for defeating Mercy.
Okay. So we risky standard normally.
+2 for the gun.
Yeah, +2 for the gun, so that makes it great. But do I want to pump extra dice into this by going just desperate?
That actually makes it extreme already.
Yeah. I think I want to do that. I want to push it to desperate. So normally it's standard. Fine gun makes it great. Our
crew upgrade gets it to extreme.
And then pushing it doesn't really do anything but give me an extra die, which I'll use the setup action to get another die. Does that make sense? Does that parse out?
Yes.
If we clear it on an extreme, we get some other tangible benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
How many dice you throwing on this?
6.
Well, I'm gonna do what you should never do, and I'm gonna tell you the odds. You got a 40% chance of success, 26% chance of a crit.
Is that 20? That's 26 plus the 40, or is the
40 is just success? So that's
it's just 1/6.
That's
6.
4, 5, or 1/6.
What are the odds? I throw
4, 5,
die
or
in there
1/6.
for a devil's bargain?
It goes to okay. So failure goes down to 1%. Partial success 27%.
You got super high odds.
39.
If you want a devil's bargain, the devil's bargain is the last tick on that clock.
I know, which is why I'm considering it just for this action. Because we either get her and it's not that big of a deal, or we don't. No, I'm just gonna keep the 2. I really don't want that filling.
It might anyways, depending on how this goes.
I feel like it's gonna fill at the end of this no matter what. So.
We'll see how it goes. I'm going to hear the clock. So your shot will be bypassing Mercy's defenses, going straight into the Mercy defeated clock.
Okay.
Her defenses, though, are still present. And then there's a separate one for Steiner being driven away. There might be other clocks if you want to do more than just drive him away, though.
Okay. And defeated, it could be either killed or captured,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Doing it.
Yeah. That last die.
Oh.
Okay. But it wasn't a crit, so it's extreme effect.
Just cause the weave. Okay, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yes. I think you just shoot her in like probably the chest. It just doesn't kill her. It would kill a normal person.
Yeah, but she's super soldier.
Yeah, she doesn't have multiple hearts or anything, but it might just, maybe she will still die. It'll just take her longer. Yeah, she's knocked backwards. There's this crack. There are people. It's the docks. It's busy. People start screaming and scattering when they see this. Not necessarily in a like they've never seen violence before way, but some people are kind of looking on. But a lot of people are checking to see if it's like, okay, is this my gang or my crew of the docks that's involved in this? No, it's not. Okay, go. And then there are people who are a lot of the tattoo parlors nearby are like shutting their doors now and like locking things down. And like red blood blossoms on Mercy's chest. And her assumption will be, Adric, that this is something to do with you. She gets up very quickly Knife in each hand already. What are you doing?
Am I able to take advantage of the fact that she was down at all, or no? Because
She,
reflexes are getting her up, and that's basically her use of reflexes.
yeah, you both, yeah, exactly. She's down for, like, you blink and she's back up.
I've got my knives out, and I'm basically going to say, you don't seem to understand that we take our deals very seriously, Mercy.
She is smiling, despite also, there's some, like, blood in her teeth now. And, she says, I think I get the picture now. All right. Well, let's dance just the two of us. And she starts. She was already kind of hard to see, but you got the shot anyways. Now she backs further into the alley, Zaid, completely away from, like, out of line of sight of you.
Damn it.
And is like readying her knives to fight Adric.
Okay.
Like inviting Adric to join her.
Yeah, I'm not interested in following her in that. I am in control right now, and following her is not a good call.
What do you do, Adric?
So I will back away, but like I'm moving back out of the alley to where a clear shot can be had. Because I don't know anything about Steiner, so I don't know if I'm moving into or out of his line of sight.
Okay.
So I'll basically say something along the lines of, I'm not looking to do this now. I just want to understand. I just want you to know where we stand. I don't like it when you ruin my clothes, and I don't like hearing no.
Okay. There is a crack.
It was just a pair of pants.
And you.
It was level 3 harm.
Is either level 3 or level 4? I think it's level 3 at this point. She's not trying. You take level
Is
3
she
harm.
shooting or is Steiner shooting?
Steiner is shooting him.
Am I able to get another shot on him, like, as they have that talk?
So no, but you can defend. You can always just, like, as long as there's a good reason for it, and you being another target could be another reason to just take that level 3 harm and having to resist it and yourself. No, this was one of those things, like, it's there. Adric, as a character, may not have known about this, but Marissa did, and so I'm okay telegraphing that. And now this is
taking
them
level
revealing.
3 harm, if it's not going to insta-kill me,
it doesn't.
I can take harm and heal afterwards, but I will definitely be taking the full harm.
I can try to reduce, because my stress bar is empty, I can reduce it to 2, but then my healing clock is reset because I'm 1 away from healing. But I know you're, like, super almost dead.
I'm fine for taking harm. I'm not fine for reducing harm in any way, shape, or form. I have no armor. I have no stress. I'm bluffing with an empty hand here. But I can take harm that is not level 4 without dying, and I spend the coin to heal up after.
So, is it an instant harm thing on Adric, but would Steiner have to try and shoot me, or am I basically going like, I'm here, kill me, come on?
It was, yeah, I think in this case you have to, like, make yourself, he would not have to try and shoot you. You would have to intentionally make yourself a more obvious target than Adric in this case. Draws fire.
No. If you're okay with that, I guess I'm okay with it too.
Okay, so there's a crack for a second, and Adric, you are fine as it hits Zaid in his sniper nest, who takes level 3 harm. That's what you said, right? You are okay with it?
I was okay if
With
Marissa was okay with it.
Oh, my mistake.
That's what I meant.
In which case, retcon.
Okay, then there's a crack, and Adric, you also feel like it's like somewhere in your, like, stomach area. Still really bad, but not instant death. You take level 3 harm as well. And Mercy grins again, and she says, "Seems like we both brought a bit of backup. I think I know where we stand. I think this deal is done. It was nice working with you. You don't want to dance? Gonna head off. Ciao." And she just starts retreating down the alley, still facing you. Patrick, what do
Do
you
we
do?
have any shot for another shot, or can I do some sort of a setup in order to make a shot possible?
She is the majority of this alley is completely out of line of sight of Zaid. That was from the beginning setup. Was like she's at the edge of this alley and she's partly out of line of sight. You can try and take a shot if you'd like to, but you're still at risk from this sniper.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to try in some way. Yeah, I flashback. Flashback would
Yeah,
be nice.
she's
but I have
going
no
down this
stress from
alley.
my
do it.
If only
I can do
someone
it.
was waiting on the other side.
If we can flashback, either maybe my my spy friend could be there to like cut off that alley from her retreat.
Is he a fighter?
He's a
'Cause-
spy.
Okay, that
Does it mean anything?
I was gonna say, I don't know if that necessarily means he's an action movie spy. Now he is fit. He's done a lot of phoenix climbing and rooftop staring, but we haven't seen him fight anyone. And in a I would say it's in the grounded setting of Duskwall. I would say a spy is less like James Bond, and
If
He's
we
a slide.
need a friend
Yeah,
who's good
that's
at
what I mean.
this, I have a vicious thug on my list who we haven't touched or tapped.
You would take the stress then for that.
Yeah, which
I was
sadly
thinking,
I can't do.
I was thinking instead of him being like there, like with brass knuckles, he would be like as she tries to retreat down the alley, more shots come in from that side. So less like he actually has to be there fighting, and more he cuts off that line of retreat.
You want to like suppress that exit from the alley, so she's stuck there.
Yeah, or if that won't work, then I'm imagining it's like this bridge. I assume here.
You're probably near that. I don't think you're on it, but you're not on a
Oh.
bridge this time. You're in one of the streets.
Then flashback to setting up a zip line, so I could go from my sniper position to the other side of the
That's
street.
great. And also, I would think this will be too stressed because it's not because it's hard to do, but because it's
Revealing.
a bit revealing, and having it go to like the right area and things like that. Yeah, I think it'll be too
I
stressed.
want to do that. Can
But I don't-
as I'm ziplining, pull out my pistol and go, Steiner! Start shooting at them.
Sure, why not? Just, I think this would be Prowl set up into Hunt.
Oh, okay.
Prowl to go across the zip line fast enough to like avoid his shot.
What if I push myself to do this?
How?
I mean, then you could just jump, right?
Oh, could I just jump? Could I jump that?
It is
Do
up to
it.
you how. Yeah, a feat of athletics that verges on superhuman. Yeah, you could just jump off down and then just like land and be fine.
Yeah, okay. Like the other side of the alley, or is that too far?
Not like Hulk jump, but you just survive what would probably like kill someone or a fall that would kill someone or break their legs. You're fine.
Would I be closer to the alley in question?
Oh yes, and you.
Okay.
The big thing is you could just start running instead of having to like climb down and it takes a while and then get there. You
All
just
right,
jump.
So then,
and then
instead
you're
of that
already halfway
flashback,
there.
I will push myself to do this, and it's a mix of the two of the superhuman and monstrous, where he jumps, but he sprouts phoenix wings, and they go right before he hits the ground.
Okay, so you're Icarus now.
Yeah,
The goofiest way to handle it, but yeah.
yeah. Listen, Zayd is a goofy character. He's literally
I know.
Batman with guns.
He's gun
Okay.
Batman in a serious setting.
Yep. Now my other question is: do those wings stay? Like, do they just appear and they're stuck there, or do they disappear afterwards? Did they
I
like?
think they disappear afterwards.
Okay,
Because it's only when you push yourself do you get
Yeah.
that's
the
true.
monstrous form.
Okay. And then you just start running towards Steiner.
I'm running to draw his fire, but I'm trying to get to that alley
Okay,
that
cool.
I saw her retreat down.
Yeah. Then I think this is still prowl. This is you're trying to maneuver. But probably this is like running and ducking behind several pieces of cover as soon as you can, as quickly as you can. While that is happening, Adric, what are you up to? You're closer to her, but you are, last time we saw, still in full line of sight of Steiner.
I think that the first and best thing that I can do, not being able to figure out trajectories from where on earth Steiner's hiding, is at this point, she's made it clear that we're done. I think I'm going to go after her then. I think I'm going to down a Rage Essence vial and
Oh
tackle her.
no!
So you ignore
Okay.
pain
Blood
right now,
God.
right?
I haven't actually read that for a little while.
For Rage Essence, I think you basically ignore like stuff from injury, but you go into a rage and will kill anyone around you.
That is really dope if that is the case.
Yeah, greatly enhances the user's strength, resistance to pain, and irrational aggression for the span of several minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, that
I think it would
works.
be broken if it ignored all injuries, but I think you could choose one and ignore that, which I think should be probably the level 3 harm that means require help to act. Oh, yeah.
It's not a problem. It's down to 1, so I have
Right.
-1d or less effect. But
Which one do you want to ignore? Fictionally, ignoring the gunshot wound with Rage Essence makes sense.
to me, fictionally, yes. I'd actually like to cancel the less effect there because I want to basically say, okay, I don't care. I'm throwing everything I can at this, and we'll see where the dice land.
Okay. Awesome. So you start charging her. We're having a knife and this is
A
a
knife
weird
and a gunfight.
a knife and a gunfight individually.
Mm.
This is all right. So first, I think let's go back to Zaid. You want to maneuver yourself towards Steiner, or no? You're moving yourself into the alley to help.
I'm moving towards Mercy.
You're ignoring Steiner and getting towards Mercy safely. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to basically keep cover from him the whole time.
Okay.
And I'm trying to basically keep her distracted in order to have that work.
Okay. I think that this is limited effect for. Oh, you're trying to keep him distracted or keep her distracted?
I'm trying to keep Mercy distracted so that Zaid can get up another shot off.
Okay. Are you helping then, or is this more just you're there? Because I don't think Mercy is a danger to Zaid right now.
I think, Adric, you're keeping Mercy in the alley instead of running away. Is that what I'm getting?
I'm keeping Mercy in the alley. I'm keeping. I'm keeping Mercy in the alley. As I said, I'm trying to keep up that distracted state to keep her attention on me.
Okay. Then let's stick with Zaid. I think you'll have limited effect here. You're pretty far away. Getting there in one go, is pretty tough. Especially while you're getting shot at.
Do I carry over that monstrous?
No, you did the monstrous.
Oh.
You did the feat of athletics / took the fall. Actually, no, that's right. Sorry, I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna move it to standard because that got you closer than normal.
Okay.
So yeah, the rest of the way will just be one roll.
Okay. So what's the position?
Your position here will be desperate. This is just
nice.
Like you're under sniper fire. You could just get shot if this goes wrong. Level 3.
Desperate standard. I get a die because Daredevil. Yeah, I don't know if I'd accept because the Devil's Market to offer me is this one, and I don't want that one. So I think I just gotta go for it.
Okay, and it is. Like he might have seen you just use Phoenix wings and.
Yeah, you're not being subtle. You're asking a lot.
I'm dressed as the Phoenix though.
Luckily, somehow, he doesn't put it together yet. You are dressed as the Phoenix, you're right.
Yeah.
But you were also yelling Steiner just then.
That's
Oh,
true.
you didn't. You didn't actually do that. So.
Oh no, yeah, because I didn't zip line down. I just
Yeah.
jumped down.
Okay. Well, I think you time things right. You listen for his shots. You check when he's reloading and run during those times. And you make it to the alley where you see Adric is. I don't think.
Engaging?
I think let's see how the initial sprawl is going between Mercy and Adric, before Zade gets there.
Yeah.
So I think luckily, normally like some fearsome foes will like instantly do damage to you and stuff like that. She's wounded, and both of you are already wounded. I think we're past that, so I don't think she's gonna do anything before that you may resist or anything like that. It's just pretty even. Both superhuman fighters with 2 knives who have taken a gunshot.
So
From
just a
sniper.
standard skirmish?
If that's what you do, yeah, you just charge her.
One of
Yeah.
them's on crack though. So
Absolutely, I am just charging.
You are
her
on
at
rage
this-
essence, and we are that is what that accounts for.
Is there anyone else around? Because can't establish friend from foe.
We've
Right
had
now,
a bunch of
no.
people scattering and running.
People left
so...
or shut their doors or things like that. It's just you two in the alley right now. For now. So we'll see how that goes. I think your effect will be increased because it not just ignores pain, it also like increases your strength, stuff like that.
And position, I feel like desperate is appropriate.
Desperate position, and you've been upped. I'd say great effect. I'd say normally you have standard with the situation. You are almost exactly even.
Okay, if that's then great effect, that gets upped to extreme for the knives and past extreme for the crew
fine
upgrade.
weapons.
If that is the case, can I? Oh wait, it will get
No,
up to.
it doesn't. It's not like a fine increase. It's comparing quality. So if she's a higher tier,
Yes.
I got that it doesn't factor in, but it factors more with the quality.
So if
comparison.
you factor in her stuff, armor, and she does have some like sleek leather armor.
So extreme is what we're looking at.
Not quite. Let me think. She is working for the government, which is a tier 6 organization. This is the time when that might matter.
In which case, want to assess the standard there?
Yes. I think I'll lower it to limited then. And then it'll go up from your stuff negating there.
Sounds good. So great. Which will
Yeah.
just fine and oh wait, no, it okay. One for fine, one for negating or minimizing tier, one for rage essence or no?
Yes, the increased strength does also come into effect, but I took that into account.
Okay, so great.
So after all that, it's limited.
Okay. It's great effects after everything.
Okay.
Okay. Great effect. I minus a die.
Ooh.
Okay.
Again, not
That's bad.
doing. Oh, wait
that's
a
real.
tick.
Did you? I think you did a minus a die, but it already did minus a die. Should you have another die?
No,
is that
I have
correct?
3 die and it took 1 die off. That's
Okay.
correct. And I forgot to ask for a devil's bargain, so that's on me.
Okay.
That
So
hurts.
I
That-
will put this in. I was reading about Rage Essence, and a lot of the time, how they rule that whole thing is that when you take it, it increases it makes your position and effect better. So it might have only been a risky roll.
but does that interpretation of it let you ignore existing harm?
No.
I think just that and the position and the effect.
That pretty much balances it out.
Yeah.
Potato,
Yeah.
potato.
Especially because it was
You're not ignoring existing harm, are you? Because you had the -1 die.
you ignore the -1 effect though. Harm. That's what she chose to ignore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I think as you lunge towards her, Adric, you are strong and skilled, but I don't think you're that experienced of a fighter, are you? In terms of like, what's the
I'd
word?
argue
Forms and stances and moves.
I definitely have been trained in that and whatnot, but I have also just been shot, regardless of what's
Okay.
happening here.
And you
Or-
came into this injured, so
Yeah.
That's true.
Hi. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. So I think as you are coming at her with both of your knives, she has both of hers. She throws one up into the air in like a ridiculously, like, humiliatingly fancy knife work move, where she throws a knife into the air, uses one knife to parry yours, uses her other hand to grab your knife and twist it back against you, in like some fancy wrist work that pains your wrist and makes you, and you're still holding your knife, when she stabs it into your other arm that's holding the knife, level 2 harm, and then she, I guess the right way to put this is, I think disarms both of your knives, and she pockets hers, catches the other one, has one of yours and one of hers in each hand, and the other two hers and yours in her in like her sheaths for her original 2 knives. Grins at you.
She disarms you with the.
She
both
disarms
of
you
them.
and deals level 2 harm.
Honestly, I
not
thought
bad.
that might be the killing blow.
Nope.
That would have been just
Because
like
I had nothing
done.
to be able to stop.
No,
And
she's
it
still
would've picked
she's
up.
still, even was shot by a sniper. She doesn't seem to be able to help but like play with you, and so she's like grinning at you with every weapon here. And then Zayd, you run in.
I run in with both pistols out, and I see the scene. I go, "Looks like you brought a knife to a gunfight." And I just start shooting.
You just start. Don't even. You're not gonna play into the game at all. Just start shooting.
Start shooting her.
All right. So, my first Devil's Bargain, I'll ask Marissa, because my first Devil's Bargain is you guys are right in the knife fighting range. Do you want to take level 1 harm to grant her plus, and if both of you are okay with it, from grazing shot from being so close?
Oh, I would only do it if you're okay with it.
Yeah, but if both
I'm
of you are
okay
okay
with it because I am either going to die or heal it away.
Or have to heal anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, because she's trying to like almost use Adric's body as cover while she gets away, and maybe throws a knife or two at you.
I'm trying to think what else I can use here. Nothing. No pushing. Oh yeah, because that's the Devil's Bargain. I couldn't push myself. Okay.
Now
So
I
hunt.
think if you use hunt, it will be less effect in this case. I think you've entered a skirmish.
Ooh.
You guys aren't that far apart from each other. She's throwing knives back. This is.
I would still hunt because that's 4 dice versus 1.
There.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say it's that close range.
You didn't. I don't think you let her get that far down the alley.
She
I'm
backed up down the alley, out of range of my sniper.
Yeah, she's maybe halfway down the alley. I'm going to make a new clock. It's going to be a 6 clock. Called Mercy Escapes. Of course, it'll autofill if you decide not to pursue her. But yeah.
What would the position effect of hunting?
If you hunted her, you would be actually also at a better position, safer.
Okay.
Taking your time, almost like, yeah. Controlled limited. This would be you're lining up your shot, you're trying to get it right, but she also therefore, because you're not just like coming in and shooting immediately, has more time to get into cover. And I think for her speed, that works out against you.
Is that limited after every, like, because I have fine weapons, we have the crew upgrade weapons.
versus her tier. I don't think armor doesn't really work against gunshots, so I don't think this accounts for anything. This is before thing.
So
So
before
it
everything,
would be controlled great.
Yes.
controlled, great. If I push that to risky, I can make it extreme.
Yeah, and that
I assume we have to get through Mercy's defenses before we get to
now
Mercy
you will,
defeating
yes.
Clock?
Since it's no longer a surprise shot, the bullets will also count against her defenses.
And did my attempts to keep her distracted do anything to help with that, or no?
With the defenses, not with the 1 and 2 you got. No.
Yeah, fair.
So, great effect would fill up the clock. How many ticks on a success?
3. Critical is 5.
3. Critical is 5. So on extreme,
It would go 1 tick over into Mercy. Because they're the
On a-
same thing. It would fill the Mercy's defenses clock and put 1 tick for the 5th one on her being defeated. Extreme.
is that on a normal success or on a crit?
If it was extreme on a
Extreme
normal
effect
success,
is 5 ticks. Is what extreme is.
For a normal success.
Yes. Bullets are like that. They're super dangerous.
Okay. I think I will do that.
Okay.
And then I get the +1 die for the devil's bargain of you taking some damage.
Yep.
Yep. I just shot in the leg.
Mhm. Is there any other devil's... Oh, no, wait. That is the devil's bargain. Never mind. I'm going to roll it. 4.
Oh, that was close. Okay.
Well, it's still 5 ticks.
Yep. That's still 5 ticks. You get another shot on Mercy while she's probably taking, as she dives for cover behind a dumpster. You get another shot on her, hitting probably, I guess, like graze Adric's leg for level 1 harm and hit her in the leg for level 2 harm. Pretty, like a pretty bad hit. And then there's a click behind you. Steiner has joined the fray as well.
Jumped down.
With his own pistols. He doesn't talk. He doesn't say anything as normal. But he fires as you dodge out of the... He aims the gun at your head, but I assume you dodge out of the way and get a really bad shoulder shot as you miss and you take level 2 harm.
Okay. I want to reduce that to level 1 harm.
Armor or resist?
Well, so we talked about armor. I didn't tick armor during the job, but I still have my armor uses. So how does that work? I don't have enough load to get armor.
So we looked at
don't
that.
have
It
it.
turns out we were wrong. Special armor refreshes at the beginning of downtime. Everything else, all regular armor, refreshes when you choose load. So if you used armor
Okay.
during the job, it's still used.
And since my load was 5 and it's filled up, I can't take on armor now.
That's sadly true.
Okay. I will just resist with prowess then.
Okay.
I'm
You
good.
reduce the stress,
Oh,
apparently.
Yay!
You're like, yeah,
I'm at 1
bullets,
stress.
bring it, yeah.
Shot.
This is just the best gunshot. It doesn't deal you because you have the tough as nails thing. It doesn't have any negative
Doesn't do
effects.
anything.
Clears the stress.
But it gets rid of my healing clock, which
That's
sucks. But
true.
what-
Overindulges from
What
getting...
happens is there's the
shot.
shark bite from Satara, and it just goes in the same shoulder that the shark bite is on, and it's I
Already
can
had a
feel
hole
that
there.
shoulder again.
That's perfect. Yeah, he doesn't say anything, but right behind you, Steiner is there, and he looks primarily interested in fighting you, Zaid. He also has 2 pistols. There's this weird, duplicate dynamic, it seems. The other one is still pointed at you.
He's just a different color palette.
Exactly, yeah.
He's the
Nega
Phoenix's
Zaid.
alternate costume when you finish the story.
Yeah. He's like the he's probably based on a white bird or something. He's the pigeon.
The dove and the phoenix fight.
Adric, you have a moment, almost to yourself, actually, in this horrifying episode. Mercy is just avoiding gunfire. They're behind you fighting. What do you do?
I have Rage Essence.
So I guess
I don't
who do
have
you
a
attack?
ton of choices here. I am attacking.
Your brain
Excellent.
is in
You're just
attack
charging
mode.
Mercy anyways.
I
Blood for
think
the blood
so.
god.
My only real question is how can I like do it interestingly?
I have one horrible idea. She's hiding behind a
Yeah,
dumpster.
she's been shot in the leg, and I've seen that she's been shot in the leg. I'm going to go for it and just try and like gouge that specific leg like bullet shot. I don't know.
Okay.
What was your dumpster idea?
Now,
Like, kick the
now
dumpster
you said
into her?
gouge. You have no weapons.
I know. This is hand.
Okay, against her knives.
Gonna point out again. Can't tell friend from foe. You're just trying to attack something. That's
Yes,
your role.
no, if
She's
Mercy
the one
gets
who's
away,
right there,
if
so-
Mercy gets
If
away,
you hit a 6, you attack the right person. Anything else, you might not be.
there might be something like we'll see how that goes. That is something that
So
could be
again, I
inflicted
don't know
upon
how
you.
I'm going to jump up a building in this state at this point. to
Oh,
attack
they're
him.
in the same alley, both of them.
We're at the other end of the alley. I think
Oh,
from my
I thought you guys were
understanding,
still on the building
you're-
shooting down.
No, Zayd
No,
ran
I
into
think
the
you're
alley
in
and then
the
Steiner
middle.
followed.
We're on this side, and Mercy ran this way.
She's trying to get out to the other side of the alley. Exactly.
Mm.
I think Mercy's still the closest to you though, because she was in knife fighting. So, all right.
Yeah.
This is obviously desperate. If it was worse than desperate, that would be it. And I think by default, you're kind of gonna have no effect against her because she has 4 knives and you have none.
Your hands. Your
I'm
hands.
specifically going for something that I've seen is weak. I'm gonna
Her
argue that
eyeballs.
painful bullet wound.
Okay, limited effect. It'll hurt,
Okay, and
but you'd have to like grab her foot and grab her leg and try and press that, and that's pretty tough.
yeah, that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. And can I do anything to get it past? We're in
You have Ghost
desperate.
Fighter, right?
Yes, I do.
Can you attack her spirit energy? Can
She
you mess with
is
her like
only
that?
as supernatural as Adric is.
I'm gonna punch the soul out of you.
She isn't a supernatural entity in that way. Because we established that.
We've established humans have souls, right?
Okay, we have established humans have souls. That doesn't mean they are ghosts.
I'm saying you wouldn't gain the potency in the combat versus supernatural, but it might have some kind of weird effect if you were to punch her with ghost hands.
Does pushing yourself always take 2 stress? Can I push myself, trauma myself out
Yes,
here?
and then
And,
after it would
You only have 1 stress.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, pushing yourself always takes 2.
If you only have 1 stress to take, then no.
Can I Devil's Bargain a stress for an effect?
No.
I can try.
What if you set up action having Oh wait, you have your axe on you still, don't you?
No, it's with Skurlock.
No?
I'm completely disarmed.
Oh no.
And out of load, I could technically pull out like manacles and chain, but at this point that feels a little bit
That
not
doesn't
really
feel like the Rage
fair
Essence, honestly.
or reasonable.
Strangler with that.
So, here's one thing for if you want to Devil's Bargain anyways. One tick on demonic infection.
Ooh.
Let the demon in.
Yes.
Let the demon out.
And I can use that Devil's Bargain for effect?
No, I checked. You can't. It specifically says you can't. As much as I would like to do that, the rules are very clear in this.
I don't think that there's anything I can do to get that then.
Do you have Battleborn? Have you used your special armor for your effect?
I have Battleborn, and yes, I've used my special armor.
Against the demon.
Against the
which was
demon.
useful.
I'm looking at the sheet here, and you're in a pretty bad situation. Like if
This
you
might
get
be you
anything
just
other
have to
than level
try
1
and
you're
roll.
dead.
You might just have
I
to
know.
try and roll twice. Try and do it at limited, and then do it at limited again, and hope it goes okay.
Yeah, because she
Well-
won't kill me in between that.
Here's what I'm telling. My next go. I'm going for her, and then dealing with Steiner after.
Good luck with that. You can. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Like,
maybe.
I might get shot by him again, but then at least she's dealt with, and then we turn on him.
Okay. That's definitely what a Rage Essence Adric will do. Turn on
Right,
him,
I don't
who's
know
further
if
away.
he's a
Yeah,
Rage
I know.
I might just have to kick Steiner at him.
Okay, I think that regardless of whatever's happening, I still need to attack her. That's the only thing that makes sense with the Rage Essence. I can't get the effect I want anyway, so we're just going to...
If
Hope for a crit.
if you want a devil's bargain to increase your crit chance, that might help.
Amount of convection, and then if you crit, you'll get higher effect, which will just, defeat her and however you win.
Yeah, sure. We'll hope for that.
Okay, cool. So we see some like dark side stuff happening here. Basically, is there's like black vapors start leaking from Adric's body.
Your aura went from green to very, very dark green for some reason.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
It's deep
so
sea
desperate,
blue for some reason.
Desperate
Desperate,
limited.
limited.
Bonus dice is just the same because we have -1 dice and +1 dice from the Devil's Bargain, so I'm
Yep.
hoping for a crit on 2 dice.
You only have 2 on skirmish?
I
thought
have
you were
3, but remember
3.
I'm minus a die. Oh, okay. I'm hoping for a
Because the
crit on
Devil's Bargain is
3
giving you a third
dice.
dice. Okay.
Yeah.
That,
Hey!
okay,
Oh,
that's at least a 6. You don't take any negative consequences, and it is you succeed. So I think you grab onto her leg, you start like squeezing it, and you hear for the first time there is like a gritted teeth grunt of pain from her. She didn't even say anything other than the initial like probably shock about pain, and she hasn't made any exclamations of it until now. When you're pressing her wound, until finally she is able to kick you off her and then starts limping her way towards the other end of the alley, knives drawn, getting away from Adric as quickly as she can. Zaid, you're ignoring Steiner entirely?
I'm ignoring Steiner entirely by Superman jumping onto the roof to get an angle on her and gatting her.
You're monstrous-ing again?
I'm monstrous-ing again. The wings pop back out and he goes, poof, and jumps up on the roof.
You're double jumping, that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, the 2 stress. This is, I think, still desperate, because doing something like that, especially with wings, they make big targets.
That's true. Well, they're like spiritual wings.
They're spirit wings, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, you're still like a big target for the guy with a pistol.
That's fair. So desperate, what's the effect?
Standard.
Before everything?
Now that Adric has successfully distracted her with pain, and she's just limping away, yes.
Okay. So guns, the crew upgrade makes it extreme. Right?
Yep. I think you're right.
Crew upgrade is just for quality.
Okay, crew upgrade is just for quality, so that wouldn't affect in this case. You're not still a higher quality than
It's
her.
not like a
Okay.
double
It's great.
five.
It's still great.
Okay. I thought it was like double fine. Okay, so just great. And then I'll use that push for extra bonus die, because I hope if this clock fills, it'll go over to this other clock to drive him away. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, actually, that I agree with that. That makes sense.
All right, rolling it. That's a crit.
That is a crit. There are 2 6s in there. So that goes up to extreme. So we have 1 in here and 4 in here. Do you kill Mercy?
I think. Oh wait, Steiner can't talk.
No,
I mean, he
cannot.
can, but it's like horrifying.
How much of a friend are you still with Steiner if he knows who you really are?
He's negative, but that's just because he's working with Costa. The new plan, I think, is to take Steiner in, because he's less of a threat than Mercy is.
But you want him to talk.
He can write.
True.
Oh God. Hold on. She dead.
Okay. So, limping away, she's probably like a foot or 2 from the edge of the alley where she thinks she has safety, and then there's just like a last crack of a gunshot. She falls to the ground dead. Steiner,
Where was this again?
in an alley in the docks,
In the docks. Okay, I'm just checking that
with
it's
a
in the
lot of
docks and
witnesses.
not somewhere near cops, because this
No.
seems...
No,
Oh no!
it's Steiner looks like you. It's just horrified. Adric, Mercy falls in front of you. You turn around. You see an enemy on the rooftop and an enemy in the alley.
Which one's closer?
Well, I mean, the rooftop is hard to get to, so actually that makes Steiner your primary target.
I think that enough of my trauma has been coming off about being unarmed that I am at least going to grab the stupid daggers back.
Just all four of them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then charge whoever is nearest, which I think is whoever's at the end of the alley.
Yes. Okay. Steiner is going to actually try to shoot you before he runs.
What?
He's a sniper. If you see someone coming at you and you have a gun and they have knives, shoot first, then run.
So
12-foot rule.
surprising. Fair enough.
So this is still
Well-
desperate. And
The other roll type?
I think if you're trying to kill him with Rage Essence. As I said, that would make the clock bigger, so I'm going to replace this with an 8 clock. It has the same ticks in it. It already has the four ticks in it. He's just
Just checking what's making the clock bigger?
the clock right now was just for driving him away. If you're trying to kill him, that's harder. Not much harder, but a bit harder. Or defeated. I will track them.
I have the can't stop until they're all broken. I think that has to be again the way it is. So
Exactly.
all right.
And I will actually leave them both on here simultaneously, and when this one fills, I'll just see what action fills it to see if he runs away or if it'll continue to. He's no longer really able to run away. He has to kill or be killed. We'll see how it goes. This is still desperate. I'm trying to think right now. If you use skirmish, this might have less effect because he has such a distance advantage on you. He's Mercy almost got to the other side of the alleyway, and he's on one side of it, so you have to cross the entire alleyway. I think if you want to just run really fast with Prowl, that will have better effect. That'll be, that'll have better effect. Oh wait, no.
I would go
No,
with the prowl and, doing the jump, tumble, acrobatics. I am dodging as moving forward in some very interesting ways.
I guess to put this properly, you need to get to him before you can hit him with knives unless you're throwing them. If you want to hit him in melee, first, we'd prowl to even get to him. Then we'll see how we go. So this first one won't damage him or deal things on the clock. It's just to avoid his shots.
Oh, good.
Well, skirmish is also to assault a position.
That's true.
Yeah, thank you.
Call. I take that back. Skirmish can include a charge.
Okay, so skirmish, desperate, what's the standard? With nothing there, what would the effect be?
Good knives. This is including your attack on him. I think this will be limited effect by normal. Again, he also has been supercharged. So otherwise it would actually be probably standard or great, but for him right now, he can still hold his own in melee. He's not as good as you. But,
So limited effect. Rage Essence cancels the negative effect. Knives go up, and the quality upgrade negates the fact that we have problems. So desperate's great, I think it is.
I think so.
Okay.
No, it's desperate standard because quality upgrade, like he's not.
If you're using Mercy's
is a
knives,
problem, right?
If you're using Mercy's like I mean they're not like tier 6 knives, but you're using.
Hey, I grabbed
You're on
knives.
you're on
I
equal
will use whatever
quality
is
right now.
working.
They're pointy and sharp.
Yeah.
The knives, monofilament knife, something.
Ooh.
Not, no, I'm kidding.
Demon
They don't.
filament
No,
knives.
we're not doing that.
We're not doing sci-fi.
Garbage monofilament.
So desperate standard, -1 is negated from the rage essence, +1 for fine,
So many
and then
factors.
tier is equal. So
No minus there.
okay, which basically means great. Sounds good. Let's Devil's Bargain.
Good call.
So close.
I'm just gonna keep on ticking demonic infection. If you want to just
What is
continue your descent.
Cat.
1 right now to 4. First tick was when you tried to attack Mercy. It was just. I mean, it's the same phase of the game since when that clock first was there in the first place, which was from the injury.
Yeah.
Good point.
I mean, can I offer gonna get shot anyway, level 1 harm?
I'm okay with that if Marissa is, but Marissa's already took a level 1 harm.
I
Yeah,
have
it would be the
one
last.
level 1 arm
Yeah.
slot left.
Yeah, you want to take it?
Oh boy.
It just guarantees death upon failure. Is all that offer is.
I mean, yeah, that is true. Because at least if you fail, you could try to reduce it down, but it might just be level 3 or level 4 harm if you fail.
I think
so here's the thing: if you resist, because of it's desperate. If you fail, you're dead anyway. There's no way you're getting level 1 harm on a fail.
Yeah, because
And
if
you
you're out
can't
of
reduce
armor,
down low enough without armor.
Fair enough. So yeah, okay, I will take that. I'll take another
I don't
dice
see what you have
for-
against demonic infection. I don't know.
I actually have nothing against demonic infection, but yeah, might as well do this.
It's just a runny nose. It's just got to get some anti-demonics. Just got to get on some.
Come on, I've already been possessed. It was gone within a week. I can deal with this.
How
attuning
casually you
stuff.
said anti-demonics, like it's just a thing. It's
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get some
Go-
Allegra, some anti-demonics.
Yeah.
All right, that's what you should market your spray as: anti-demonics.
And that's a 6.
Okay. Oh, that
Oh no, now he's dead.
that level 1 harm. That is great effect. He's not dead. He's actually
No,
at 3
that's
ticks.
3. He's still one away.
He is no
Oh.
longer able to run away. Basically, you get in his face. You take level 1 harm. So he like probably shoots you, and it's either a grazing shot or it's something like you aren't even slowed down by the shot, and you just
Can
come
you-
upon him like one of those fast zombies in an apocalypse movie.
Can you bring back the other clock? Because I think I have a way to get him out of there still if he
Okay.
agrees.
There we go. And this would be full. But
So he is willing to,
Oh,
parlay.
so he's willing to leave.
he wants to leave. He wants to get out of there as quickly as possible. But right now he is being attacked and is having trouble even doing it in the first place.
You need to pull the rabid dog off of him, or he's gonna die.
Yeah. So, God, because I've seen Adric Rage Essence before. I assume it's very similar.
I'm pretty sure I attacked you last time.
Last
did.
time, yeah, you were the only one who've seen Adric Rage Essence before, I believe. Because it was in the
Okay.
basement of the manor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
God, I gotta like stun Adric though. So he
Without
can't run.
dealing
You
any
still have
harm.
electroplasmic ammo.
still
Electroplasmic
have
ammo
electroplasmic
specifically
ammo.
says it does less harm, I think.
Yeah. Let me double check. I think
much
it might
is
be
less
level
harm?
1 harm.
Because Adric is, with how much arm Adric has, Adric, I imagine you are also like heavily wounded and bleeding. You just are acting.
Oh
okay.
yeah, I have no harm left.
Oh,
But if it's just level 1 harm, I could resist it. Trauma out.
it doesn't even say it. It does like a big H harm. It says the electric charge is enough to stun a person, but does very little real harm. Several
Okay.
hits might incapacitate a human target.
This seems like it would be probably level 1 harm they'd have to resist. Then I think
Let me throw a monkey wrench.
very little.
Rage
real
Essence is
resistance.
spiritual.
You want to try
Is
and
it?
dispel it, like with
It's
the tune?
made from demon shit.
It
like-
is.
Can I attune it out of Adric?
You could try. Yeah. Try and exercise the rage essence.
Okay. I will proceed to jump back down into the alley if I can between Adric and Steiner.
That's another 2
and
stress.
Say, I can do that.
Okay.
Because it'll let me use my position affecting thing again.
Yeah.
So I'll say, I'll get him off of you if you come with us. As I do it. Because he can't run away now.
Okay. Perfect. So I guess, are you waiting for his response first?
I'm doing it while I'm waiting for his response.
Okay.
Because if he says no, I could just get him.
That's true. Then you hear him. If there's any time he will open his mouth and to speak anyways, he does so. And you hear 1,000 voices, all of them terrified, say okay, anything.
That's what I like to hear. Yep.
This is...
I'll attune it out of Adric if I can.
Let's see if it works, or if he just dies anyways. And then Adric... this could go badly if... Okay. Adric's already going to turn on you if this goes badly.
Yeah.
So, I think... How about that last tick and everyone knows who the Phoenix is?
No.
Now seems the moment.
Now seems like you just talked to him. He might recognize your voice. The gunshots have stopped, so people might start looking on.
No.
Then
no, thank you. Because I've already pushed myself.
The only other thing that I would be good with is level 1 harm to you from Adric, trying to push you away from him.
I have indeed already pushed myself, so I cannot do any.
Oh, my mistake. Thank you. I missed that. Cannot do Devil's Bargains.
So what is position and effect to get the demon blood out of Adric? I assume there's enough holes I can water bend it out.
Risky, I think, at this point.
Nice. Okay.
And there's a few different things in Adric's blood, all of which are bad. You want to get the rage essence out.
I want to get.
I think it seems from we've had with the tick on demonic infection. The demonic infection is wanting to keep the rage essence there. I'm yes, give in to your anger. So,
do it.
I think before pushing yourself, I think it's limited.
So before the push, it's limited, risky.
Yes.
I'm gonna make it desperate standard.
Okay.
And then I will use standard. It just happens, right?
Standard is it just happens. In this case, you are able to cleanse it within a short enough time that Adric isn't able to do anything else.
What would great do? Just so, if I want to use the push for that.
I'd probably remove that demonic infection tick.
Remember, it works on the reverse too if you roll a 3.
What do you mean?
It's even worse if you fail. If you push it to great.
Yeah. That's fair. I'll use it.
Yeah, Adric starts hulking out and just
yeah.
loses themselves to the rage essence.
So I did the push for the bonus die. It's desperate, so I get another die. And I mark. Did it.
Okay. Adric, you feel that you're feeling clear and in a lot of pain right now.
I offer both Steiner and Adric an R.
Yeah, as the red tinge fades from your vision, you see this. Yeah, the man known as Steiner, who I'm not sure if you've actually met in seen close up before. He's cowering behind you with slashes on his arms, or cowering below you.
I actually have seen him once before, laid out on a table in the bottom of Mercy's basement.
You are right.
Let's go get him home to talk.
Her to the boat. Call the boat.
Varys, go.
There we go.
When somebody can't.
Okay.
I have Varys call the boat for us as we get out of there.
All right.
So my question is, how fast would that be, and what is the time
Not that
limit on needs
fast.
help?
And
Both of us have that not mattering. We're both tough as nails.
both of you guys are tough as nails. And
I'm
none of
good.
none
I
of
only
you
have
three are gonna
two
die. No,
of-
bleeding out is not a thing right now. You guys are
Yeah.
able to keep yourselves together, all three of you.
I'm
Problem is the
able-
whistles in the distance from the approaching bluecoats. Oh,
If we need to steal a boat, we can steal a boat, just like a battle boat.
I think there might be one more teamwork roll between you two to get back to base in time, because this is one of the few times where it's not just and you're gone. This is one of the times it's like, no, active fight in the middle of a busy place.
Teamwork prowl.
It's up to you. You could prowl to hide until your boat gets here. Heck, you could prowl to steal a boat. To you how you exactly get back.
Definitely teamwork prowl. I would
can
say
lead.
that hiding might be the better call at this point because none of us are terribly mobile.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I still want to bring Mercy with us if that puts it to a desperate position.
It would. Bringing the body with you is like, oh, okay, let me just follow this trail of blood.
Yeah, let's do that. Teamwork prowl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Desperate. I'll lead.
Desperate.
Actually, at this
Standard.
point, I get the feeling that I'm not going to successfully do stress relief this time.
Do you want to lead it?
You want to trauma out?
I think leading and traumaing out at this point
Risking
might be the
traumaing.
best call and the only way I'm going to get my stress gone.
That's what I did, so you're good.
Yep. Okay, let's
Ugh.
see if you do trauma out. We'll go to break
So
after
yeah,
this.
I'll lead it and we'll see what goes.
Yep. What's the effect?
Standard. I think if you do this, you're able to get home.
Standard. Since it's desperate, I do get that bonus die though, so
Yes.
I'll roll and. I mean, I did it.
And I think it's limited in my case. I'm still minus a die now because of.
Okay.
Well,
5.
You get home, but the crew gains 3 heat. As it is known, it's not known where you guys are, but it's known the Phoenix was there, and some boy, and they got in a fight, and the military knows Mercy was killed. Or actually is missing. They don't actually know she was killed.
3 heat on the crew.
3 heat on the crew. We're gonna have some faction stuff right.
Ooh, boy.
Imperial military will go down
Don't say it. They don't know.
to -1.
especially as
I
this wasn't
almost did
an official
-2,
meeting.
but you're right. They don't know exactly what happened. They don't see any bodies. Things like that. So right now it's -1. It might turn into -2 if they find out exactly what happened.
We can spin this. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Cool. Let's go to break and pick up the pieces later.
Yeah,
We'll be
figure
back
it out.
in a few minutes with more Hicks and Grind as
Yep,
well.
we've been so productive this
Alright.
whole time.
This did not go how I expected, but
Did you expect it to go worse or better?
Oh, it's gonna go worse when you get home.
I actually expected it to go better. I thought that Adric would be like, "Oh, okay, you do want to deal with the newspapers, so."
Well, I now have the information of what I need to do with that, anyways.
Yeah. Speaking of crew contacts, your Anya, a dilettante we established, was actually a writer for the Inquirix. She was the person that you were to be asked to threaten.
It's always people that we're associated with.
We've already established that, like, no, she specifically writes, like, honest stuff. And the funny part is, she was already giving good news to the Scovlanders, but she didn't want to give any news to the Scovlanders or any news in general because she had to. So
Yeah,
she was wanted to write honest news no matter what. And so they wanted to, like, pressure that. So We'll be back in a few minutes.
Yep.
This is going to be We are definitely coming to the end of
The first half was a weird
of the
one-off
campaign.
fight, and not even like a score.
Sorry.
We'll be back.
It's
I
fine,
have no
it makes
issues.
sense.
It's entertaining. Yep. Okay, we'll be back.
All right, we'll be back.